Okay, let's give this topic a shot. Hopefully, this video will turn out full of good info and some helpful stuff. Does my ex still love me? All right, this is a this is an I can see why this would be an appealing topic, and it's something that I was asking myself when I was going through breakup. Was, does she still love me? Does she still miss me? Does she still think of me? Here's my 2 cents on all of this. First of all, I want to talk about what most of you are probably really asking is is my ex thinking of me, still thinking of me? Look, the chances are absolutely 100% yes. Even if they're done with you and they are finished, they're still most likely going to be thinking of you. If you were in a relationship for more than 6 months, I promise your ex is going to be thinking of you. And I'm not trying to give you any hope or anything so that you're going to hold on, but I understand that when you are letting go and going through a breakup, it it has to kind of be more of a phase, a transition. Cutting off from black to white is it's brutal and it's hard and it's actually just quite impossible. You've got to phase it out. So there is going to be holding on for a long time, and then you go through different stages, okay? And for me, it was a comforting thought knowing that my ex still thinks of me. And look, there's nothing wrong with that, but understand that in order to heal and to let go and move on and get on with your life, hope, which is one of the things that we all should hold very dearly in our life, is one of the things that you've got to let go of if you want to move on. The only instance I've ever seen in my entire life where you've got to let go of hope is when you're in a breakup, because you've got to let go. And if you hold on to hope, it's going to, some people will just never let go for the rest of their life. So it's just your decision. Do you want to be one of those people, or do you want to get on and heal and move on? Use logic. Realize that there's a lot more to life than this. There's a lot more to life than your last relationship. You're going to be in many relationships, and the chances are that the person you were just in a relationship with is probably not the best person in the entire world for you. There are millions and millions of people. You've met someone and you bonded, you had an attachment. And this now leads me on to um, the next part of this video, which is, again, the title of this video is Does My Ex Still Love Me? Alright, let's talk about love, people. Alright, and before you tune out and stop watching this video, you might find some of this interesting, or informative at least. Because when I broke up, the first thing I realized was what love really is. And everyone has their own view of this. Here's what I believe. Okay, you've got in my perspective, you've got love, which is kind of it encapsulates many different things. The true essence of love, in my opinion, the true love is about acceptance, about letting go. It's about freedom. It's about being cool and allowing. It's not about holding on. It's not about wanting. It's not about trying to get something. That's different. And I'm going to go on to that in a second. But yeah, so true love is about accepting. So if you truly love someone, you'll be able to let them go. That's true love. If you truly love someone, you'll be able to let them go. Okay? Because love is not, like I said, it's not about taking and getting, it's about giving and allowing. Okay? I'm not going to go into that anymore. Hopefully, you'll be able to like do the math with what I've just said. All right? So that's true love. All right? True love. But, like I said, love encapsulates many things. It's not just one thing. True love is part of love. All right? The other part of love is more of a biological, instinctual, survival mechanism that is built into us biologically. And without putting a negative connotation on it, I prefer to call it attachment. Okay? I don't refer to it as love. Sometimes you'll hear me talk about it in terms of addiction, but I think attachment is better. It's more of a need, more of an attachment thing. It's all linked to our survival. And the best way I can explain it is that if you spend enough time around anyone or anything, even if you were in a, around Adolf Hitler and you were stuck in a room and let's say you guys had to live together for about a year or 6 months, let's even say 3 months, because that's really, from my experience, 3 months is critical. If you're in a relationship with anyone for 3 months, you've got to watch out. You've got to realize that now you're going to start growing roots into this person. And that person is going to start growing roots into you. And this is a biological attachment thing. You grow roots into each other because two is more powerful than one. And you'll be able to bond, mate, create a strong union, partnership, and be a stronger force on this planet. You'll be able to help you ensure your survival. You'll be able to reproduce and ensure the survival of your species. Okay? So this is the biological side of love. And it's a part of the overall umbrella of love. All right, but people get confused. What is love? There's even a song, What is Love? Yeah, like people don't know what love is. Yeah, it's several things. Like I said, there's a big thing called love, and within love, there's different aspects of it. There's the needs, there's the attachment, there's what I said, that you can wind up loving anyone biologically if you spend enough time with them. Okay, so you can use this in your experience, or you can kind of like compare your life with this example that I'm giving by like toxic relationships. Many people are in relationships with people that just do not click with them, but they love that person. They're like, this person drives me nuts, but I love this person. Why? Because love is big thing. There's compatibility. A relationship is complicated. There has to be compatibility. There has to be love. Yeah, it's not just about love. I say this so much to so many people. I even said this to my ex when it was over and I was trying to explain to her that it's done, because love is not enough. I 100% believe that. And there's people that will be like, all you need is love. No, it's not enough. Not for a relationship. In a relationship, it helps tremendously if you're compatible, if you have the same goals, if you're moving towards the same sort of place. If you're kind of like got different journeys, it's going to be so hard. Yes, of course, there's going to be that biological love that I was talking about, that attachment that will develop between anyone. You can become attached to a chair. You can become attached to your house, to your apartment, to your guitar, to your lamp. I love lamp. That's a fact. But no, really, yeah. Attachment is just all about spending time around certain things. The more and more you spend time around something and give something your attention, it becomes stronger in your life, and you can become attached to it. So if anyone out there is taking notes and using these videos to help um, their life journey, then please take a very important note, a nugget that I have learned in my life, which is 3 months. It's critical. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're still on the fence and you're still not sure, by 3 months, I recommend thinking seriously about ending it, because after 3 months, you're going to start getting attached. It's not love, it's attachment. So when talking about does my ex still love me, there's definitely still attachment, okay? In breakups, there's going to be, but is the question is, do they love me, the true love side of it? Highly unlikely. But the biological attachment thing, yes, that's probably going to be there for a while. Okay? Um, Especially with you, if you're having a difficult time letting go, that's what's going on. Is you've got this attachment, this I like to call it addiction, because you know I don't see addiction as a bad word. I think we're attached and addicted to many things, including food, air, and yes, your body, like when it spends enough time with, especially the opposite sex, there's just some triggers within us biologically that will be activated, that will be like, oh, this person's spending a lot of time with this female or this male, and then this the roots start to grow into each other, okay, and it starts to develop, and then when you break up, bang, you can tear your roots and leave some roots in that person, and they'll leave some of their roots in you. Okay, so I want you all to understand the logic of all of this. Why? Because if you can understand the logic, it can help guide you. Because emotionally, it's very difficult to get through a breakup. And this is why logic is important, because at least if you understand and agree with the logic, and the logic makes sense to you, you can guide your ship onto the right path more confidently, and just have faith that the emotions will eventually follow, and they will follow. But you've got to let go of hope. You've got to focus on yourself. And, someone said once to me, and I believe it's true, and if someone truly loves you, they'll come back, okay? But keep in mind what I've just said, okay? Because the whole picture of love is attachment, and if true love is about letting go too. But if there is the true love and attachment, there will you know there will always be, they will always have a connection towards you, and there will always be good feelings towards you. They will want to be close to you in some way, because the way you guys found each other, if it was meant to be, you will find each other again. Really, I believe in that. Having said that, there's millions of people out there, and it does not hurt you to focus on yourself, because even if you are in a relationship, even if you go back to your ex, you've got to do this as well. You've got to focus on yourself, because that will enhance, strengthen your happiness, which will strengthen your relationship, which will strengthen your partner. Your partner needs to be doing the same thing. They need to focus on their own life, on their journey. Of course, the relationship as well, but you guys should not be just focusing on each other. Okay? So when relationship becomes all about, oh, I'm focusing on this person's focusing on me, then it can become toxic, and it can get wrecked. You can kind of be like, no, there's something wrong with this. I don't feel me. I feel like I'm losing myself, and it is because you're losing yourself. You've lost your journey, and instead it's all about this relationship, which is not healthy. So basically, what I'm trying to say is in any case, you should be learning to focus on yourself anyway. It doesn't hurt. There's nothing wrong with it. You should be doing it anyway, and you should be exercising that ability anyway, regardless of whatever happens. It's important for you to build and establish and nurture a relationship with yourself, your own life. What are your goals? What do you wish to accomplish in this world? You know, what interests you? You know, when people are not interested in themselves and their own life, they start to like look around and they're curious and they're more interested in other people's lives and they're more interested in their ex, their girlfriend or their boyfriend. And it's not healthy. It's toxic. You've got to come first for yourself, and not in a selfish way, but you've got to find your own life interesting enough, to be able to occupy yourself with it. And if you can't find yourself interesting and attractive enough, why should anyone else? Why should your ex? Or why should the person you're in a relationship with? Or why should anyone be attracted to you if you're not attracted to yourself? So it's very important to become attracted to yourself. And if you are attracted to yourself, great. Nurture, grow it. It's called self-love. It's called being interested in love with yourself. So for a change, I've actually made some notes so that I don't forget anything important. But here, let's scan through them real quick. So what is love? Love versus attachment. I've talked about that. The natural instinct we have of survival. True love really is letting go and acceptance and creating an environment for growth and health and prosperity. That's true love. Attachment is more about needing and, this and that. Addiction is all about needing and taking. Okay, this is great. So I'm going to wrap this up with this, okay? If you're feeling shitty, like this happened to me literally just half an hour ago. I was riding my bike and I saw this gorgeous girl and she was with this guy, and the first thing I thought was, wow, she's gorgeous. And I just couldn't help looking at her, checking her out. The next thing I felt was just this hurt. Like, why isn't she mine? Why don't I have someone that beautiful or attractive? Then I became aware of myself, and I tried to just be aware of the thinking that was going on. And the thinking basically was that I wanted something better. And this is what I want to share with all of you, okay? Whenever we see something that we can't have, it can drive us crazy. It can make us so miserable. And this is one of the biggest things that's going on when you're suffering through a breakup, is that even if you don't like your ex, or even if you know that it doesn't work out, it's not working out, just the fact that you can't have them will make you want them more, and it will make you miserable. So it's just the same with the girl that I saw earlier on the street. And the way to deal with it is that you have to just stop. You have to stop that train of thought. And you have to appreciate what you have and be thankful of what you have. And write this down, when you see something that you want, especially something that you want that you believe is better than what you have, so something better than where you are, and it's something that you believe you can't have, you're going to feel shit. You're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel more miserable. Now, if that's going to make you feel miserable, then we can do the math and figure out what would make you feel happy. And it's obviously going to be the opposite. If you see someone who's worse off than you, if you see someone who has less, if you see anything that's not as good as what you are or what you have, you will feel grateful, happy. Okay, so this is a really basic way that you can focus simply on this as a way to keep you happy throughout your life. This is one of many techniques to maintain your happiness. And you can look at it as a throttle of a vehicle. If you're going to constantly be looking and focusing on things that are better than what you have or better than where you are, remember, sadness, unhappiness, depression comes from when you are comparing what you have with something better. Then you'll feel like shit. You'll be like, oh, you'll feel miserable. And it's a natural thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I believe it's within, we feel like crap. Why? Because it's a driver to try to, you know, help us to drive towards getting something better. But here's the key is that you don't want it to make you feel so miserable where it's going to be ruling your life. You don't want it to control you. So you've got to you've got to be aware of all this and bring gratitude in. Remember, there's so many people worse off than you, and think of those thoughts because they will make you feel more grateful and happier for what you have and where you are. But it's okay every now and then to look at things that are better and then work towards getting them. There's no good to have a negative thought like what I had earlier, which is like, oh, I'll never be able to have someone that beautiful. No, that's incorrect. I absolutely can and will. And we all can and will. In fact, the guy that this gorgeous girl was with, I mean, I don't want to be rude, but he was short, big, didn't look very in shape, wasn't necessarily a good looking guy, very average looking. But, it's not about those things. And I'll do a video sometime about attracting the opposite sex. It's about really what you believe you deserve, okay? So yeah, keep yourself in check, You don't want to be spending all your time focusing on things that are better and wanting, because it's going to make you miserable. You want to balance it out. And I did a video titled Wanting versus Being Grateful for What You Have. So check that out. All right. But yeah, to wrap it up, does your ex still love you? I'm sure your ex is still thinking of you, so please don't be worried about that. I know that the core of your worry is that rejection. It's a horrible feeling being rejected, but look, it's life. Everyone goes through it. The best of us go through it. Celebrities, the rich, we all go through it. I've been through it. Everyone's going to go through it. And you're probably going to go through it again in life. It's just a part of life. So, chin up. Think of the logic of all of what I've said and focus your thoughts on thoughts that will help energize and uplift you. There's no good thinking of things that are just going to bring you down and down. It doesn't help, okay? You got to keep it in balance. So when you see yourself, for me, it's always like I feel something bad first, and then I'm able to track down the thought that initiated the bad feeling. So pay attention to your feelings. If you feel depressed, if you feel anxious, if you feel angry, there is a thought behind those feelings. Try to find those thoughts, figure out what they are, and I guarantee you that 99% sure that whatever thought it is, it's a thought of something that you could have that you think is better than where you are now. And there's nothing wrong with those thoughts, but you just don't want to overthink those thoughts. Just thinking about it once is enough. Right. That's what I want. Great. Now I know. Then be grateful for everything you have. I'm so grateful for a roof over my head. I'm so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful that I was in a relationship. All right. This video is getting super long. I hope it helps. Let me just really quickly scan my notes, make sure I'm not missing anything important. No, I have covered everything and more. Yes. I'm going to end it with this. There will always be something better, people. Always. There was always going to be something better. So keep that in mind. Doesn't mean that you have to stop striving for better. No, you can spend your entire life and be really clever and, like I said, be happy with what you have, digest what you have, absorb what you have, just as if you'd eat a meal, you'd take it in small bites. Eat something new and great and better. Let it absorb and digest and get everything out of it. And then once you have absorbed and digested it, then you can have a little bit more. It's the same when striving for something better. Okay? It's no good to just be focused on wanting, wanting, wanting. It will make you depressed. So remember, you're never, ever, ever going to get to the top. There will always be something more. There will always be something better. And continuous improvement in life means that you're always going to be continually improving, getting stronger. And this is how you can put your life on a course from now until the day you depart this world, to just slowly pace yourself and create a beautiful mix of being grateful and appreciative for everything you have, realizing that you have so much more than so many people, but also,